On this next episode of the process, I got to have a conversation with Joshua Gordon. He's somebody I met in 2019 at Tuskegee University through my chapter, the Gamma Epsilon chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Um, at the time, I was Polemark, and if you don't know, that means chapter president in the world of Kappa. And I was working with him to develop a lot of different flyers, and I noticed he paid attention to detail very close. He was a perfectionist. I also witnessed him trying to learn how to twirl, and he was very willing to fail in public, drop the cane, do whatever to perfect the move. And through time, he became a cane master of the chapter, and then he began leading step shows. He became an integral part of the chapter. At the same time, he was also maintaining a high GPA in the architecture program, also battalion commander of the Army ROTC. And, for me, it was always amazing to see him excel in all these different lights. And that's why I wanted to get him on the podcast. So I hope you enjoy his story. We get a chance to talk about his passions, what drove him, and everything. And I hope you can take something from it. So, without further ado, this is episode 7 of the process. Thanks for taking your time to listen, and I hope you enjoy. Peace. All right, man, where are you at? Where you been and where are you going?
All right, so I'll start with where I've been. Came out of Montgomery, went to Tuskegee University, graduated with a bachelor's in architecture, then moved, went to Bolick, did some Army training. I joined the Army in 2017. So I'm a second lieutenant. I commissioned in 2022. Went to Bolick, and then I took a job out in Dallas. So now I'm out in Dallas, yeah, working at a small firm and just, moving on to bigger and better things. So plan on taking a new job soon for a higher pay raise, and that's where we headed.
So, man, I've known you for a minute now, man. The first time I met you, I definitely wouldn't have thought that you would have became who you are now, man. You were like this quiet person. But as time rolled around, I remember we had one conversation and it was about making flyers, bro. And I called you because I had just became pole marking. For everybody that doesn't know, in the world of Kappa, that means chapter president. And
Right, right, right.
I was like, bro, do you feel like you can make better flyers than what we had last year? He was like, definitely. And I had no idea from that moment on, like you was about to start just hitting on shit time after time after time. And then you became cane master. And then you was battalion commander in the Army. And
Yeah,
then
for RTC. Yep.
and then, you know, you lead in the step shows, bro. And then you're also, while doing that, you're maintaining a high GPA in the architecture program. And for me, this entire time, and I'll say this, way back when you put me on this book, Mindset, which basically is a book about the whole synopsis of the book is attack things and don't be afraid to fail. And for me, like, bro, that was a big thing for me. Like, you don't realize like how much that kind of drove me when I was polled. Like, I was like, bro, I'm not scared to this. And for you guys, that's his son.
I bet. Sorry.
Nah, it's good. It's all good. That's another piece to his story. His son as well, bro. And I'm saying all of this because it's like, man, this entire time I know you, I'll be like, bro, how the fuck do you remain so consistent? Everybody, if you know Joshua Gordon, you know that he's been consistent for the last like 5 to 7 years. So what is it, bro?
No, bro. See. I'm gonna tell you how it really goes, bro. You probably already know this, right? Wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. Read a book, read 10 pages. Go for a run. And just go to work every day, and then you come home and you do it again. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. Nah, just fuck with you, bro. On Instagram, when you look up like these people be like, oh yeah, you gotta wake up at 5 in the morning to be successful type shit. But nah. I don't know. I feel like I'm really inconsistent, to be honest. I don't think I'm very well in the small increments of things. I'm not very consistent.
Mm,
But overall picture, it's like you know how stocks is, right?
yeah.
So like when you zoom in on a stock, it go like up and down and up and you know what I'm saying. But when you zoom out to overall, it's a steady upward trend. And so that's how I kind of view how I do things. It's not always up every day or,
Mm.
you know, I hit the gym every day because my life is too sporadic to have a steady, consistent gym um, routine or anything like that. So I don't know. It's I don't know. I feel like I'm consistent by being inconsistent. It's really weird, but
Mm.
you know, I maybe need to write a book on that.
Yeah, man. Like, do you feel like you're like, are you trying to prove something? Because to me, at one point, it felt like you were trying to prove something.
uh, Not really. Let's see. I can't think of a moment when I've always been like competitive and like I never liked to lose in certain things when I knew I was supposed to win. So I don't know. I just you know with graphic design we start there. Like you know if I see other people's stuff, I'm like I could do better than that, or that's too easy to do, or you know something like that. Um, just based off just looking at something like that, you kind of know that you have an eye for it. Whenever you see something you like, I can do better than that, or I know how to do that, or something like that. You just know you got an eye for it. So whenever I feel that, you know, I just take that and run with it. I guess
Yeah, like, and then also like with your son, bro. Like, is that something that once you had him, did that change your energy?
that was a stressful time. A lot of people don't ever see me stressed, but that was one of the most stressful moments in my life to this point. Cause I thought it was over with, to be honest. You know, just like
Mm.
I thought I had ruined everything. So then, you know, I called a few mentors of mine, and I was like, I don't know what to do, and they were like, "Time to man up, time to put your big boy drawers on." You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
actually, one of my mentors, the GE Newts, all 71. He was like, don't have no abortion, man up. You just gotta figure a way around it, and that's what I did. So, but it kind of did put me in more of a mindset of if I was to drop out, what would I do? You know, I gotta support, I gotta provide, so I need to figure out ways to do that. So, you know, and that's what I did. I never had a job throughout college, and I still supported my family every year and myself.
That's
You know,
crazy.
yeah. So I figured out ways to make it happen. I was still, you know, I wasn't a broke nigga, put it
Yeah,
like that.
you be fresh on it, consistent, man. You know, I peep all the designer, bro. When he was in college, man, that nigga Josh, they consistently fresh all the time, man. And
I'm,
I
I,
and
I'm all
I
right.
get, but then and then I mean, I lead to this question, bro. Like, do you realize it? Like, you realize, like, okay, like I'm doing something better than others, or are you just like living in your own world? Because I think for me, I think it's important that I realize like where I rank up, because
Mhm.
that tells me whether I need to step things up, put my foot on the gas, or hit the brakes because I'm going way too hard. Like, are
Hmm.
you paying attention to that?
So I kind of like, and I think about this a lot sometimes. You know that sophomore semester for me was ridiculous, and it never hit me how impactful that was to pledge two frats, have a child on the way,
Man,
and provide for a family at the same time, like and have 21 credit hours.
man,
It's
oh
ridiculous.
my
And
God,
so, you know, it never hit me that nobody would dare take a semester like that. Like if I just put that on the table for you, you'd be like, no, why would I do that? That's stupid. Like I'll pledge one frat maybe, but 21 credit hours is ridiculous. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
you know, then I have RTC, so I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning 3 days a week. You
bro,
know, it's not a traditional type of and then your architecture major too. So it's not a traditional type of process. Like, you know, I don't know about your process, but I'm pretty sure most days you probably wake up at 8, you know,
yeah, yeah,
9 maybe. And probably
yeah,
you have like 2 or 3 classes that day, so you chilling till
yeah,
till you know you got to go meet up or whatever. But Nah, I had to train my body how to sleep whenever I could. Like I would just take a nap,
Mm.
like 5 minutes before we meet up, or whenever I have 5 minutes a day, nap, rest my body real quick. I had to train myself to do that. But I think I think was a really important part of that is I never thought to myself that I couldn't do it. Like the doubt wasn't there at all. It was just more so like, oh, I'm doing this, and that's what it is. I never doubted that I couldn't do it. I never had the thought of how I was going to do it. It was just more so just going through the suffering of it and getting to the other side, and just not having even thinking about how am I going to make this happen.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things I'm grateful for. Like even when we went through the process of joining Kappa, Kappa Alpha Psi is a non-hazing fraternity. I was just, you realize how much you can handle on your plate, and I think for me, like what I think is inconvenient and stressful is far different than what anybody else thinks. Because even like I can say I had that moment. I'm nowhere near what you just described. That semester you joined Capital, like I was chapter president. I was working a full-time job, and I'm an
It's
aerospace.
still stressful, bro. It's all relative.
Yeah, man. So it's like, and during that time, I didn't realize how that would shape me up because even now I've hit the real world. And I think I'm leading to this question about the real world. Like, bro, like I hit the real world and I was like, man, like this is cool. Life is cool. Like, hey, bro, like if I could do that, you know, this is not like this is nothing. And I think now it's switched. Like it's not as easy, but now it's like remaining consistently motivated to the next thing. Like it's always like I feel like I gotta be on the next thing. So for you, do you find it hard to find that next thing or stay on the next thing, or do you feel like your path is lined up in terms of where you want to go?
Mm, no, I never really find it hard to stay on, like find the next thing. So
Yeah.
Earl Nightingale has a saying, success is the success is the pursuit of a worthy ideal, or something like that. Success is some pursuit of a worthy ideal, something like that. So basically, you're chasing this goal, right? That's basically what success is.
Mm,
And once you get it, you know, you got to find something else, or you're a failure at that point.
yeah.
Um, so you just got to keep going. I don't know. Life is a real journey, so it's kind of like once you complete one thing, it's like the next one just pops up most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time for me at least, kind of
Yeah.
just pops up and you're like, all right, yep, I'll take that. I'll do that. Um, so I don't really find it that hard.
Mm, yeah. That's interesting. I mean, for me, it definitely was hard. Like I've had some hard periods trying to keep my mind straight. Like, because I obviously to some people, things are going right, but
Hmm.
like there was a lot of moments where I was like, bro, what the like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, like I don't care like how sexy it looks to anybody else, but like, bro, like this is tough. Like wanting to be successful, like just the want is tough to
Hmm.
hold on to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's one of those things that I would have never thought. Like, when I was little, like I was like, oh yeah, I want to be rich. But then you get older and you realize, like, all right, it takes a certain amount of consistency. It's crazy to be rich. And
Yeah, social media really got people messed up.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
with
exactly.
people here.
Is the money driving you like that? Because it can't, like, to a certain extent, yeah, it can't.
It's never been about money. You can ask anybody I've ever done business with. Some of your LBs, like I've done stuff for free for them, like
Mm,
just because I wasn't tripping on no money type thing. Or I let them set the price. Like, what you want to make it, bro? I ain't tripping on it.
yeah,
Um, and for some situations, but nah, money ain't never really the driver, bro. It's really like what I'm doing more so.
yeah,
I really like what I do, like design and architecture and stuff like that, and I just do it just because it's a service to others, and I think we're here to serve. So,
yeah,
but had to be compensated at some point. So,
yeah.
kind of
So,
that business aspect.
so I always wondered, do you view yourself as an artist? Like,
Mm.
are you an artist? Because like you're creative, bro. Like whether it's putting together a step show, putting together a flyer, or even an architecture, putting together a design. Like to a certain extent, you're an artist. Do you feel that way?
To a certain extent, yeah. I feel like an artist has a particular style that they do. I kind of do a lot, and I need to niche down. It's one thing I'm trying to work on right now. Is focusing on one thing and just making that my thing. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm kind of all over the place with it, and I don't know. So I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Hmm. That's
I
interesting.
think I'm just a creative.
I always thought you thought low key you were an artist, bro. Because the way the amount of detail, like it's the little things. It's like, all right, bro. Like that's like an artist mindset, bro. Because like if you,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna call you an artist, bro. Like I honestly, I feel like art isn't just like art is just pure creation, like how you put stuff together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
So
you got creators too. So I mean, like, I could just be a creator. I feel
creator.
like it's been on a definition because I feel like an artist is, like Da Vinci, Corbusier,
Mm,
Rudolph, right? They have a style, a particular style that is theirs, and I think that's the true mark of an artist when you can tell their work from everybody else's work. Like,
mm.
Josh did that regardless of where you've seen it at, that's my work. That's how you know that's an artist.
Yeah, exactly. When they dropped the probate flyer, that thing was so fire. I was like, yo, did they find on the new line? Did they find a new Joshua Gordon? And then I hit up Josh. He's like, nah, bro, I made that. I was like,
Yeah,
I wasn't even shocked, bro. It
yeah.
was just that level of detail. And
But see, if I was an artist, you wouldn't even have to ask. You'd be like, oh, I know that's Josh Stuff because I know
yeah,
his work.
exactly. I mean, and then I guess I'm gonna transition to the future, bro. Like, like, where are you trying to take it? Like, are you trying to own your own architecture firm one day, bro? Like, are you trying to what are you trying to do?
Um, at first I wasn't. At first I didn't want to do the architecture thing. Coming out of college, I was like, nah, I'm good on it. But life kind of just points you in a direction sometimes, and you kind of gotta just go that way.
Mm,
Um, Even though sometimes you're not gonna want to do things that's on that are on that path, you just gotta stand up and do some things. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the times on every path that you choose, it's always gonna be something that you don't want to do,
yeah,
that you gotta suffer through or make it through to get to the other side.
yeah.
Majority of the time,
So, do you see the firm line? Is that do you feel like it's smacking you in your face?
it's probably gonna line up like that at some
Yeah,
point. Don't
yeah,
know how, but it's probably gonna line up like that.
yeah. And that's why I'm making this podcast, bro. Because I think I want you to look back and be like, damn, yeah, it happened. Yeah, it happened. It was like,
I said it today. It was gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's probably gonna happen. More than likely.
yeah. Like, what does that look like to you? Like, in that realm, like, is that doing your own thing, independently, and then it grows as you gain more clientele? Like, how does that look in your space?
Oh, what are you talking about? The architecture thing?
Yeah, yeah,
Probably working with a small firm and just learning the ropes and then taking over that business is probably what's gonna happen. If I could predict it,
hmm,
I don't think I would start from scratch.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, I guess I'll lead to this question that I ask everybody. So if you could ask yourself, I mean, if you could tell yourself anything 5 years from now, what's something that you would tell yourself? What would you tell your future self?
What would I tell my future self?
Yeah, man. And I say this because I know it's a weird question to ask, but I always say you can't talk to yourself in the past, but you can talk to yourself in the future for sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
Damn. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know what I would tell that guy. It's just depending on what he's doing. I feel like he would have more knowledge than I do.
Yeah.
He might have more knowledge than I do. Shit. I don't know. That's a good question. I might have to think about that one. Let's come back to that one.
Let's come back to it.
Come back to that one. I gotta think about that one. What would I tell my future self? Don't know.
I don't know. I'll give you one that I heard that I really that reflects with me, that resonates with me. I mean, is
Uh-huh.
somebody said, "I hope I choose happiness," and
Okay.
I was like, dang, like that's really deep because that's one thing I'm really willing to choose
I like
pain
that.
over happiness, like to like grind. And I think at this point in life, bro, like I'm getting to that point where I've done so much that I'm like, bro, like when am I gonna just choose like peace and like the simple life, or is that never gonna be my thing? You know what I mean?
Depending
Like,
on the type of person you are, bro. If I feel like if you're chasing comfortability, like you just want to be comfortable, like I could be comfortable right now if I wanted to and just not give a fuck about nothing else. And you probably could too, and just stop doing everything and just work your job for 20 years and be
yeah,
straight.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but if you're chasing, something bigger and better, it's gonna take sacrifice. It's gonna take hard, long nights. It's gonna take that, and you just got to be willing to go through it if that's what you want.
Yeah. I mean, and yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That's always that's an interesting thing to say. 'Cause I was talking to somebody about that earlier. I was like, I've gotten to the age where I'm blessed enough to say, like, bro, I'm in a position where if I could just stay at my company, I'll retire with probably a good amount of money and call it a day. But like, there's no satisfaction. Like, in that idea, I have zero satisfaction, bro. Like,
Right? It's relative. Some people, that's all they want. They straight.
yeah, yeah,
That's fine.
I,
There's nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with that too. Honestly, bro. Sometimes I'm jealous of those people because my mind won't let me have that. Like,
Right.
it won't
Right.
let me have it. Like, I'm sitting there chilling, thinking about getting comfortable, and it's like, ah, hell no, you can't do that, bro. Like, I don't
Uh,
know. It's like it's an interesting thing Jalen Ramsey said. He said, the reason I go so hard is because I feel like God gave me all these tools, and if I don't use them, I'll be like disrespecting them. And that's how I feel all the time. Like, you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of natural things that I just do, and I realize like that's not something everybody else can do.
Right.
And I mean, yeah, but I mean, you thought of anything, man? Anything that you could tell your future self, bro? We got to get something to look back on.
Damn. Uh,
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
uh, dang. I had some for a quick second and it left. What would I tell my future self? What would you tell them? Dang. I don't know. I guess just keep working, keep grinding,
Keep grinding.
keep going. That's
Yeah,
it. Keep going.
yeah, I like that. It doesn't have to be that deep, bro. Keep it simple, man.
Yeah,
You know,
keep going.
I,
That's what I'll think.
and I guess I want to ask this question, bro. Like, if you could tell anybody, anybody that has a kid that's trying to figure, they may be at the beginning stages. Cause some of my brothers are getting ready to have kids and everything. Like, what would you tell them, bro? Like, in terms of maintaining, yourself and maintaining their business life and making sure everything remains balanced. Like, what would you say?
Well, first, uh, you gotta let go of your anything you think is about you is not about you no more. It's about the mom and the baby.
Yeah,
So it's the first key is stop worrying about you, worry about them. Save money, put money aside for that baby because it's gonna come in handy, believe it or not. And don't buy stupid shit. Don't go buy your child no Jordans, no Uggs, and they 3 months. It's gonna take 2 months for them to grow out the shoes. You ain't gonna be wearing them more. They cost $60. I don't know. Just make good financial decisions when it comes to kids.
uh,
I know a lot of people that spend way too much money on frivolous stuff.
yeah.
Um,
And when I get a good picture.
I guess you want a good picture.
Yeah.
Put it on and take it back. But
Nah, that's
those
real.
those those are the main three things.
Yeah, and that's one thing I'm always wondering. Like, what am I gonna be like when I have kids? I don't know, man. We'll see.
Yeah, it's still some balance, bro. Because it's hard for me because I'm straight busy all day. It don't stop. I go to
Yeah,
work 8 hours. I come home either I might do a little graphic design here and there sometimes if I got some clients. Other times I might be doing something else. So I'm pretty much busy, but I had to stop. I had to tell myself, like, look, I live with my family. I got to give them time.
Yeah.
They deserve that, right? And it's
Yeah.
not just about me and what I'm doing. Even though what I'm doing puts food on the table, um, they still deserve my time too. So
Yeah.
it's a maturity thing.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you're having that thought process, bro. Because I know I've heard of situations where people don't remain conscious of that. They're so grind oriented that they miss out on what's really important. So I'm really glad you had that mindset, man. That's important. Um, so I mean, I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up, bro. Like, is there anything you want to tell any like aspiring architecture students or anybody that's in ROTC or anybody at Tuskegee, or any of the young noops? We just crossed a new line, spring 23, man. Anything you want to say? Cause we hold the chapter at a high regard. You know, guys, if you listening, keep the standard high. Josh
Yeah,
kept
that's
it high. I try to keep it high. So, but yeah, go ahead, bro.
that's probably what I would say honestly is keep going and keep your standards high. You know, uh, and don't worry about being consistent. I know it's crazy. I know it sounds weird, but I've managed to be consistent without being super consistent.
Mm.
Just have a plan and work towards that plan. Every day gonna be different. Every day is a different. Don't feel bad because you missed the gym and you missed the gym a few days in a row. It's fine, bro. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Life is crazy, bro. It just works like that sometimes.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
but just stay on that path and you'll be fine. Doesn't matter if you're inconsistent or whatever.
Yeah. And man, I would just say thank you for taking time, bro, to, talk, give some words, man. And I'll say this, bro, like I know for a fact 5 years from now, bro, you're gonna be shocked with where you at. Like, I know for a fact you're gonna do extremely well. Man, you're gonna motivate and influence a lot of people more than what you realize, bro. Just based off of what I've seen out of you, man. Like, and I'm really not just saying that, bro. Like, you are somebody that I personally, when I've had weak moments, like I'm like, all right, Joshua Gordon, you remain consistent. Even though he's not focused on being consistent, you were consistent from the outside looking in, bro. So like, bro, I really do appreciate you, man. Like you're seriously somebody that even though you may be younger to, like I have looked up to in certain moments, bro. So I hope, man, you can really internalize that and know, bro, it's probably a lot of people that are looking at your story, bro. Like, and also, we didn't mention this, but Josh is a cane master, man, and I need to check out his IG, bro. Like, Twig's been going crazy as of late, man.
Tweaks has
Twig's been going
dang.
crazy, bro. Like,
I
how
gotta
you
get back
feel?
in the lab, bro.
How you feel about that, bro? Because you
Nah,
competitive
so
with it.
so who was on the yard, bro? Like Twigs and Doodoo, right? I caught up to them pretty fast.
Yeah,
Pretty fucking fast. They were like 3 miles ahead, and for some odd reason I just ended up catching them.
bro. It's
And
crazy.
everybody was surprised. I went and talked to Quays and he was like, man, you caught this real fast. And I was like, I don't know how I did it, but it's just kind of
Yeah, I remember I was teaching you. I taught you. I forgot what it's called. I was teaching you to flip it over your hand. That was like and I think that was when y'all had just finished. And
right.
then like 6 months later, I was like, oh shit. Like I was like, this dude. And then to
Yeah.
see where you took it, bro, the craziest video you did is when you was blindfolded, bro. That's when I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I was like, this
yeah.
man Josh is a
Put a
true.
blindfold on. But yeah, Twigs though. Twigs always had like the drive
Yes.
to be like better. Cause he was pushing me and I didn't even want to be pushed. I'm
Yeah,
like,
man.
no, I'm good on it now, bro. But he was like, nah, bro, we keep going. We still going, bro. It don't stop. And I'm like, bro, I'm good. I made it to a little plateau. I'm straight.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need the people in life to just give the extra nudge. And Twig wasn't having it. He was like, I guess he saw in me that I was chilling out. I was starting to like just let it
Yeah.
float a little bit. He was like, nah, bro, we're not doing that. Like, you gotta keep going. Or I'm gonna pass you, and that's gonna be what it is. And I was like, oh well shit.
Shit. Can't let that happen.
Yeah, yeah. But Twig got some tricks though. Twig got
Yeah,
some tricks.
dog.
I gotta get back in the bag, bro.
Yeah, man. We gotta see something, bro. You gotta see something. But yeah,
I'm
with
gonna start
that,
a campaign, bro. I'm gonna start a campaign, bro. You gotta catch me in person. I don't post videos, bro.
yeah, that is true. That is
You
true,
gotta
bro.
catch me with a real crowd, and we're gonna have a real battle.
You definitely don't mind the spotlight, bro. That's one thing about you, bro. You don't mind that at all, bro. I done
Yeah,
seen
bro.
you do some
Like
crazy things.
once, I think I had a conversation with Quasi. I used to go to his office all the time, but he told me he was like, bro, once you get in that fire, once you get in the in a crowd, all that practice shit go out the fucking window. Like
Yep.
you're really on muscle memory, and that's really it. And you gotta practice a move thousands of times to get it perfect in a crowd where your adrenaline moving, you trying to think about the next move, you got to catch the flow. Like it's crazy how deep it goes. But like once you drop in a crowd, you really don't care about dropping that bitch no more.
Yeah.
Like
It's
fuck
like
it,
fuck it.
fuck
Yeah.
it. Like 100 people just seeing me drop a cane, it don't matter no more. Cause people used to be like, bro, you always dropping a cane whenever you're in the yard. I'm like,
Nah.
don't matter, bro. Cause
Yeah,
when I
and
get in
that's
that crowd,
yeah, and that's crazy, bro. And that's when I saw the book mindset reflecting you, man, because it was like I was witnessing you drop the can over. You was in front of people doing it over and over again, bro. And I was like, all right, bro, this guy's different. Like he's different. He's very different. But yeah, man. With that, I'm gonna wrap it up, bro. Like, if you're listening to this, man, you related to Josh, or you appreciated his story, please hit that like button, man. It means a lot to me. Thank you for taking your time to listen, man. This has been Joshua Gordon, man, that I promise will put a lot of great creations into the world. So excited to see how you go, and hopefully you can look back on this 5 years from now and be like, damn, that's where I was at. That's crazy.
yeah, man. Hey
So
man,
yeah.
if you want to go longer, bro, I got more, bro. I'm ready.
Yes, sir.
It's up to you.
Gotta wrap it up, brother. I'll get you on.
That's
We're gonna
fine.
get you. We're gonna get you back on. We're gonna get you back on. Trust me, you're somebody who's gonna be back on. But with that, it's been a process, man. Peace.
All right, dog.